The subject that was chosen was, if the label shows your intent, wear it. And it's something strange, you never heard of it before, like a thing like that. If the label shows your intention, what you are about to do, what you want to do, so wear the label. Let the people know. Like this one here, there's a label here. This label says, the Shahada, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. We had made others, metal ones, we said, the Quran speaks the word of God for universal guidance. Beautiful. This thing we had. And the IPC, Islamic Propaganda Center, we were selling it, and it has gone out of use at the moment, but I think we should renew it. The Quran speaks the word of God for universal guidance. That's a label. So everybody sees it, says, what is this Quran? So man has a tendency to want to know what it is. What is this Quran? Gives you an opportunity. The Quran is the word of God. I thought only the Bible is the word of God. Where do you get this from? Opportunity for you to talk. You see, if the label shows your intent, wear it. People know what you are, what you stand for. So I read this in a newspaper, written by a Westerner. He had some other reason for saying this, good ideas he had. He's talking about some parties, people go to the parties and they don't know, they want to know how to get started with one another, how to chat, conversation. What do you talk about? So somebody thought of an idea, said, look, let's put on something. Previously used to put names, and generally they put names. Ahmad Deidat. Ahmad Deidat means nothing to the other fellow. Ahmad Deidat, yes. Where do you come from? Where not? You, Muhammad Siddiq. You, Abdul Rahim Brown. So what? What am I going to talk with him? What do you want to talk? Difficult. So this says, now let's put down something, what you are specializing in. Philately. Philately. You know what's philately? Philately is the hobby of collecting stamps, postage stamps. There are people, they collect postage stamps. So a lady put it on. Philately. So now a fellow wants to get started with her. So he says, you know, I do etching. And if you want to see, I got some at home. So she says, look man, this is philately. I'm interested in stamps. But he says, you see, I'm from the foreign corps. And you know what I mean. In other words, he wants to take her home in the guise of going to show his etchings, but sex is behind his mind. And they made something, said, look, now we want to know, let's find out what should we want to make up these labels for people when we go to a conference, that when we get together, make it easy for people to talk. So right, come on, tell us. What do you want to talk about? He says, sex. You want to talk about sex. How about women? You, sex. You, sex. 100% of the guys, they want to talk about sex. They're hungry for that in the West. This is the only thing that they can talk about. There's nothing higher. Animality, down, animality. They want to talk about sex. So the person is asking the organizer, he said, did you, 1,000 people were to be gathered, he said, did you print 1,000 labels? Sex. He said, no, it wasn't necessary. They'll talk sex in any case. But there are people who are thinking ahead, who are on a higher level. There's one such group I came across. They call them the Young Presidents Organization. They have the centers all over the world. Young presidents. Jimmy Carter, before he became president, he was a member of this, Young Presidents. Some of the leading lights in the world today, they have been members of the Young Presidents. It's a type of training. Certain type of people have the opportunity of meeting, leaders from all over the world, and these are the potential leaders for the nations for the future. So they have opportunity of getting together. And they invite guest speakers, people from the outside to come and speak. And the last time they had this conference, it was in Dubai, in the UAE, they invited me. They gave me a first class air ticket for me and my son, and they gave me a 5-star hotel accommodation. They did a beautiful job. They called me, and they had called people from the Far East, from the West, from America, England, Germany, from Israel, from all over the world, they had gathered there. Now, the guest speakers were specialists, like I am a specialist in certain field. So they want me to put it down. What? As a comparative religion. I'm a specialist in comparative religion, dealing with Islam and other religions in comparison. About Judaism, about Christianity, about Hinduism, about Buddhism. This is my field. You have a right to question me about these things. So somebody else about politics, somebody about something else. And then they had different tables, and it's now these specialists, you take one table each. You just take a table and you go and sit down. You are alone at the table, and the chairs, table and chairs right round. So now people start walking around, they look at your label. Well, he's interested in comparative, let's sit down. Somebody is not interested in that, he goes and sees the others. Says, I want to go and find out something about this politician. Let me tap him, tap his brains. And so on and so on. So I have my table full. Everybody has his table full. The label shows your intent, what you stand for, what you want to share. So get started straight away. As soon as you sit down, right, they have some questions. What is the difference between Islam and Christianity? What is the relationship between Islam and the other religions? Now this is my field, so I'm at home. You see, I feel happy. I don't have to fumble. I'm a master of this game on that level. You ask me about fatwas. Says, why you cut the throat of the chicken? I said, go and ask the Imam. He said, look, he doesn't know. I said, replace him, get rid of him, get another guy. Why you circumcised? I said, look, let the non-Muslim ask me. You want to know? You go and ask the alim. About sighting of the moon? I said, you ask your alim. He's your man for you. You see? About talaq? I said, you ask your alim. Let the Christian, the Hindu, anybody else, let him ask me, I can deal with him. Our home, I said, look, we have better men than me. Ask them. This is a world of speciality, world of specialization. I have specialized, therefore people want me for this specialization. So mine is comparative religion. Now, the need for the label. We all need labels. And I read to you an ayah from the Quran. I wanted to speak on that, but I'll show you how the connection goes between what I'm talking about, label, and this Quranic ayah. People want to know what subject you're going to talk about. I said, look, you are making a fool of yourself. They won't give me permission to come and speak in the masjid unless they know the subject. I said, I can make a fool out of everybody. I can give you a subject, and from there I can take you on to anything. Generally our learned people, they do that. There's no subject. In 15 minutes they can speak on a dozen different things. No subject. And still you have been enjoying it. Something with me, if I give you a topic, I get straight-jacketed. I must keep to that. And people force me. I was in bed. Sayyid Farid, of this Muslim views, he comes in and said, now we're going to advertise these subjects in the masjid. Those for the general public, we had advertised. Should Rushdie die? On Wednesday night, you remember that. Then on Monday night, we're having another lecture. Is Israel set up for destruction? There's a symposium between me and a United States congressman, Paul Finley, in the Good Hope Center. I'd like to see you all there, with your wife and your children. Now that's advertised. But generally in the masjid, I says, I know, man, if I go to the masjid, I don't have to tell you beforehand. Because usually, the imam is telling me what to speak about. Usually the qari is telling me what to speak about. And I get started from there. That in the salat, in the qiraat, he read this ayah. Bulk of us, we didn't understand it. To me, that was Allah's message to us through the mouth of the imam. You didn't hear it. You heard the sound, the music. The bacha, the Quran, mashallah, how nice the qari reads. That you understood. But what was he saying? You didn't know. So now I feel happy to share that with you. I said, you see, the qari was telling, وَالَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهِدَىٰ in the first rakat, وَالَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَىٰ وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا. I said, you see, this ayah is also in 2 other places, but a little variation. Now, because I have this type of knowledge, now I'm sharing with you. It makes you happy, and it makes it easy for me. I just pick it up. Or I can pick it up anything like the heels, and I can carry on about salat and everything that goes with it. I can lecture to you people, I can talk to you people for an hour, and you'll enjoy it.